What's up, everybody? My name is Scott Waters. Welcome to NoLifeTilMetal. It is time for a NoLifeTilMetal graphics and records video update. I've got a lot to show. I haven't done one of these in a while, because I've just been very busy. So I'm going to just get it right into this. CDs, 7-inch, 12-inch, just a little bit of everything. I even got some cassettes, which I'm not going to show in this video. I'm going to hold off and show them in another video. But let me just get right into it. I'm not even sure where to start with. I guess I'll start with the NoLifeTilMetal. No, I'm going to start with the retroactive and Brutal Planet stuff. So first of all, there were 3 King's X side projects released that I worked on all 3 of them. I only have 2 of them to show. I'm missing the SUPERSHINE. So they did a gold disc version of the SUPERSHINE, which is Bruce Franklin from Trouble and Doug Pinnick from King's X. And for whatever reason, that just didn't make it in my box. So it'll be coming in the future. But so we also had Tabor's Safety, which I believe was his 2nd solo album or 3rd. I don't know. I can't remember. He had 3 solo albums all around the same time. This album is generally held by fans as one of his best. It's a very dark album, lyrically dark. Musically, it's I wouldn't even call it metal. It's just a hard rock with a Beatle-esque vibe to it, a little bit poppy. It's a little different than King's X, but a very enjoyable album. And the mastering of this thing was superb. I love the work that's being done on these Gold Max discs, and I'm glad I get to work on them. Again, the gold border on the front is easily changed. You can run either the gold border on the front, or if you prefer to have the full cover on the front, you just flip it over, and there you go. Either cover is available. All these gold discs have between 12 and 20-page booklets. This one, I believe, was a 16-page booklet. So again, liner notes, pictures of the band. I usually always try when I do the graphics to keep a similar vibe to the original, but I always want to make sure the lyrics are readable in a font that's not crazy and unreadable. And I'm really happy with the way this one came out. It is, like I said, very readable, and it's just a nice layout. Very clean, and everything is very readable, which is what I prefer. The point of design isn't to just make something so creative you can't tell what it is. It's to make something that's functional and good looking. So readable is one of the functional things you should be doing if you're a graphic designer for music. So there you go. There's the gold disc itself, and then of course the back tray. I really like the way the gold disc itself came out, and then the back. And all these came with trading cards. Now I'm not going to have time to go through all the trading cards, but I do have a pile of them here. I'll show them at one point through, but all these gold discs have cards in them. So here is the Poundhound disc. This is the 2nd Poundhound album, which of course is TABOR. Which of course is Doug Pinnick from King's X. Now his stuff to me sounds a little more like King's X than TABOR stuff. However, this album is a little more experimental, and I got to be honest, I always liked the first album better than this one. However, after digesting this one quite a bit over the past few weeks due to working on it, I really like this album a lot more than I used to like it. But yeah, there's some great stuff on here. Someday, Jump In, Oh My Soul is a great song. Higher, She is on here as well. Not the Kiss cover, but a song called She. Great song. Again, you can see the gold disc there, the gold Max disc. You can see, if you look on the very bottom, I'm not sure how well it's going to show. I got to hold the thing. You see the gold Max logo right underneath of the record company logo, which on this case is Brutal Planet Records. Since I have it off, there's the tray. Again, you can show either cover with the gold border or without through the jewel case. And there's a lot of graphics in this one too. Again, lyrics are very readable. It looks real nice. It's photos of Doug. This particular photo was a promo photo from this album, but it wasn't in the original CD. I always thought this photo was very disturbing, so I had to include this picture in there. But again, I believe this one is a 16-page booklet, and I think all the gold discs, most of them anyhow, have the gold foil hype sticker on the front of them too, which I always immediately peel off as soon as I get them and put them onto the jewel case. Unfortunately, if I ever bust the jewel case, I lose the sticker, but whatever. And I may have shown these before, so I'll be quick on these ones, but this is the Coroner first album, R.I.P. Again, gold disc. Has the original artwork in the front and back. Has the cover, you can see. Has the gold foil sticker. Has the gold disc, the gold Max disc. All of them have all the corners have the classic Coroner skull logo inside of them. And I think all these are, I believe they're 8 or 12 pagers. This one's a little odd compared to the next two I'm going to show you, in that it's got lyrics, which is the first time this album has ever had lyrics. But it doesn't have all the lyrics. It's got most of the lyrics. There are a few songs, which are here in the back here, where we don't have the lyrics. And the reason we don't have the lyrics is because they were not available to us. And although we got licensing for the music and for the artwork and all that kind of stuff, we couldn't get those particular lyrics from the band. I don't know if it's that they don't want them released or they're waiting for something else, what the deal is, but yeah, there's like 2 or 3 songs that the lyrics aren't in the booklet, but all the rest of them are for the first time ever. So that's a little odd, but it is what it is. And then the follow-up here, we went back to the original cover as opposed to the Gravedigger looking cover that the record company did when they reissued it on CD. So this is the original cover that came out back in 87, 88 when this album came out. Again, gold foil hype sticker, gold max disc, skull logo, and again, photos with it. I believe this is an 8-page booklet, and all the lyrics are in this one. So you get the idea. They came out really nice. They sound fantastic. I mean, I have the original Noise Records CDs. These just blow them away. They sound so much better. The original Noise ones didn't even have any lyrics in most of them. So, and then their third album, No More Color, gold max disc, skull in the background. I believe this one too was an 8-page booklet with photos and, of course, lyrics and graphics and whatnot. There's all kinds of fun stuff in here. So, it is the Swiss thrash band Coroner, and their first 3 albums, all released on Brutal Planet Records, boomsoverstock.com. They came out fantastic. They sound fantastic. I know the studio engineer that did this, his name is Rob Caldwell at Bombworks Sound. Rob actually was nervous about doing those Coroner albums because he just wanted to be perfect. So he's got another friend who is a mastering engineer, and he's very, very good at what he does as well. And he's also a huge Coroner fan. So before the album even went to production, he took his files and sent them over to this guy who is a buddy of his, and said, "Listen to these. What do you think?" And he said, "These are amazing." He goes, "You did a stellar job." So that's just, verification that it's not just me saying that these things sound good. They really do sound so much better than the originals. Okay, guess I'll stick with Retroactive Records, and I might just make this one a Retroactive Records one and then skip to another record label because I'm already at 8 minutes and I have not even touched part of what I got to show here. All right, so I'm getting into some more CDs and vinyl. Yeah, we're definitely going to have to do 2 videos. There's just no way I'm going to get through all this. All right, so I have shown some of the Accuser albums that have come out in the past, but I'm going to show them again. I'm going to put them in some sort of... I don't need to be in order, I guess. All right, so I have shown this one before. Again, all these Accusers, they're not gold discs, they are silver discs, but they are remastered. They sound fantastic. Some of them have bonus discs. They all... bonus tracks, not bonus discs. They all have the collector cards. They all have lyrics and photos. I believe all of them have 12-page booklets. But this one I have shown before. This is their 1994 album. I love this album. Cowboy on a String, Misery, some of my favorite songs off here. Into the Void, Magic Ride. No, Into the Void is not the Black Sabbath song. It is an original track by Accuser. The follow-up album, this just came out on, literally just came out like this weekend it went on sale. So this is Taken by the Throat, their 1995 album, a bit harder to find, although it was released, I believe, on Century Media back in the day. Definitely Reflections was, but this is a bit harder to find. But the cool thing about this one is it's got the entire the Scar Tribe EP on here. So after the band kind of broke up in the 90s, they reformed under the name Scar Tribe, and they recorded an album in a very similar style to Accuser. They put out a self-released EP, and then immediately changed their name back to Accuser, so it ended up becoming the Accuser Scar Tribe EP. That thing was only released in very small quantities. Nobody has it, basically. I wish I had it. I have everything Accuser, and I don't have that. Anyhow, it's got the entire EP as bonus tracks, so really glad to have that on here. And the song Downcast actually made it onto their re-recorded version. It made it onto their latest album on Metal Blade Records. So, again, you know, it's got the remastered sound. It's got, I think, a 12-page booklet with lots of graphics. Might even be 16 pages. One feels a little thick. Lyrics, photos. It's a 12-page booklet. So that is available now at boonsoverstock.com. Limited pressing. I'm going to tell you, some of these are shipping to Europe. So if you want one, don't wait too long. Just great thrash metal. And then also 1994. This is the Confusion Romance EP. This is an expanded version. It is now 9 songs. It was originally 6 songs, so we added 3 more tracks to it. It's got 2 cover songs on there, Head Like a Hole and what's the other song? Driver's Seat, by some really obscure UK prog band, I believe it was, or pop band, but they did that because they thrashed it up. It's got Cowboy and a String. It's got the title track, Confusion Romance, which is not on anything else. It's got the live version of Misery and the live version of Repent, which I actually love those live versions. And then it's got some live versions of early stuff. Black Suicide, Master of Disaster, and Symbol of Hate. All live tracks recorded live in '94. All have stellar sound. And again, same deal with the, you know, it's got the 12-page booklet with photos and comes with the card and is remastered and all those wonderful things. All right, and then we've got their comeback album. This is Agitation. This thing is just brutally heavy. Again, 12-page booklet, remastered sound, collector card, lyrics to all the songs, photos of the band. You can see that. Yeah. Great album. I've had this one forever. It was really hard to find for a long time because it was only released in Germany in a very small quantity, but now you can get it at boonsoverstock.com. You can get it on Amazon or eBay, and eventually, I'm pretty sure eventually it's going to be available all throughout Europe, even in the stores, as I know it was recently picked up by a distribution company. All right, next up is Dependent Domination, which I've shown before. Again, same deal, 12-page booklet, lyrics, remastered sound, incredible job by Bombworks Sound. And then finally, this one just became available this past weekend. This is Diabolic. This is probably the hardest Accuser album to find outside of the Scar Tribe EP. This one was put out independently back in 2013, and it's been, even people in Germany can't find it. I've got people who are Accuser fans who have told me thanks for putting it out, because you know, it was really hard to find. So again, we kept true to the original. It is have the original cover on it. I love the way the cover runs through. So this is the top of a pocket watch, and it just runs through the entire thing. The CD is actually playing in the background very lightly, so I can't show you the CD, but you can see the back of the watch, and you can see the inner workings of the watch there. It's pretty cool. It runs throughout the whole project. And again, there is photos of the band. I believe this is a 12-page booklet and lyrics and photos, and you know, everything you'd want in a CD for the anal collector like myself who wants all that stuff, which is why we don't care for digital, because we like having the physical product and we like having all those photos and lyrics and whatnot. So there you go, Accuser. That is what is available right now. The rest of the Accuser catalog is also getting released on CD. Almost all those are also available on cassette tape at boonsoverstock.com. As well, we have vinyl. Yes, we have. This is the 1994 album once again. Love the way this came out. It's never been available on vinyl before, so being a vinyl fanatic and an Accuser fanatic, I'm stoked to have this out. I plan on doing an Accuser update video and showing you my entire Accuser collection, because I've got test pressings from the 80s, and I just got tons of stuff. Original pressings. I got the repressings from No Remorse. So I want to show all that stuff off in a video of just Accuser. But as for now, I just wanted to show this so that you know it's available at boonsoverstock.com. This particular one is very limited pressing. I think there is only 200 copies available worldwide. So if you want one, grab them quick. Here is the vinyl. You can see the custom center label. They do come in black polyline sleeves. I just happen to put mine inside the, you know, these polyline sleeves just because I like them better. But there's the insert, which obviously has photos of the band, and you can see lyrics on the back. Everything easily readable, but everything matches, and I'm really happy with how this came out. And of course, you saw the hype sticker on the front, which is also very cool. So there you go, 1994 Accuser Reflections. It's a fantastic thrash metal album. A bit of a groove sound on this one, not unlike Cowboys from Hell era, Pantera mixed into it. But I really don't think they sound like Pantera whatsoever. They just kind of have that less thrash than they did when in the 80s. Here, then they have just a bit more groove, but they of course returned them with a thrashier sound with stuff you're hearing in the background now. But there you go, Accuser Reflections on vinyl. Dependent Domination on vinyl. These are the only two that are actually available right now on vinyl. The others are in production, but as you can see, it's got the hype sticker, which I peeled off the shrink wrap and put onto my sleeve. Front cover, back cover, the photos of the band, and getting a horrible glare today, sorry, must be the angle of the camera. Lyrics, and of course the vinyl itself, and this one still is in the black polyline sleeve. They come in the black polyline sleeves, and you can see this is a, I'm trying to get it out so you can see the center label, but I put it in upside down. Brilliant. So there you go, custom center labels. Yeah, this is both available. BoonsOverstock.com, Brutal Planet Records, and I'm not done yet. I'm almost there. Whew, 17 minutes. I gotta fly. All right. So I'm not going to pull this one apart, but I wanted to show you that the others are coming. This is a test pressing that was approved months ago for Confusion Romance Expanded. So the entire expanded EP has now become a full-length Confusion Romance. It'll be side studio and side live on this, which I think is really cool. This sounds incredible. It was approved for the test pressing was approved months ago, so those will be going on sale this year at some point. And then we've got the Agitation, what I just showed you on CD, is also, here's the test pressing. Incredible, sounds great. It is a single album and just incredible. It's going to be on heavyweight vinyl. I believe this one's going to be on a silver vinyl, and this one's going to be on an orange vinyl. So due to the fact that the label got some distribution in Europe, they upped the quantities a little bit so that there's more copies available. But on those first two, like I told you, only 200 were pressed, and there's not a whole lot left. So if you're interested, jump quick. All right, so I got a couple more I want to show real quick. If I can figure out what I did with them, here they are. Since I'm staying on the retroactive records front, these just came out this weekend as well. These are coming out on vinyl. They're not available yet, but I'm sure everybody remembers the album Snakes in the Playground by Bride was about 1993. This was a huge album for them. I mean, they toured on this thing for like 2 years, and this is, you know, people still love this. They still call it their best album. I'm more into their early stuff. I do like this album a lot as well, but let me show you this. So here's the original. Here is the new, the new one that just came out. Now, this is not just like a remastered version of this. This is actually all the demos that were recorded prior to recording the album. So they were on a major label, Star Song Records, which of course is owned by another bigger label than that. They recorded this album in a studio by themselves without a producer, took that to the label and said, here's our album, what do you think? And then the label put them into a studio with their producer, and they ended up coming up with this. So what you get is on here, excuse me, on here, is completely different versions of the songs. I mean, some of them are very, very different. Like I Miss the Rain, completely different on here. But you also got a few songs that didn't make the cut, let's see, Beast, Scarecrow, which eventually went on to Scarecrow Messiah down the road. Not this version. Pyramid, Place, We Don't Need No Color Code, Sleepy Southern Town, which is kind of a fun song. And then there's another version, an alternate version of I Miss the Rain as well. None of those were on the album. But then, of course, you've got Would You Die? Would you die for me, honey? That song is like ingrained in my brain from hearing that so many times. But this version is very different. Very different. Rattlesnake, and Same Old Sinner, which is a fantastic song that actually ended up on the album prior to this one. It was a compilation, and they put it on there as an unreleased track. So, but this is actually a different version of even that. So it's a demo version. But you think demo, you think crappy recordings, no professional studio. These things sound fantastic. They are. It sounds like an album. It's just superb. And as you can see, the cover art, which I did the cover art on these. I should have said on most of those other ones, they were original covers, so I didn't have to do any cover art. I did the cover, and then I wanted to make it match, but obviously be different. So we had a little boy on the original here. There's a little girl on this one. They're each holding toys, but they're holding different toys. And then you see the snake skin's a little different, but it has a similar vibe. These come with a card. The collector's cards look fantastic too. Photos of the band. Snakeskin background, which I just thought was cool. Liner notes by guitarist Troy Thompson about these songs, and go in a little more depth than what I said. Photos. There are no lyrics for these. More liner notes by Troy. 8-page booklet. So that's unusual. Usually we put the lyrics in, but there are no lyrics for these. Like I said, they're demos, and they weren't really available. Some of these songs, like I said, are very different from the album versions. So Snakes in the Playground, demos, and then finally, the album that preceded this was Kinetic Faith. The studio album that preceded this was Kinetic Faith, and this album, again, they recorded a bunch of tracks that were, in a professional studio and brought to the label, and the label brought in a producer, and then a producer rearranged tracks, axed some songs, and those kind of things. So on here you've got Kiss the Train, Everybody Knows My Name, Hired Gun, what are those songs? Young Love, Sweet Louise, and that's it. Those are the tracks that actually made it to the next album. But again, they're very different. Some of them are completely rearranged. Some of them have different lyrics. It's very interesting hearing these, especially if you're a Bride fan. And then there's a bunch of songs on here that didn't even make the cut, like I Miss Dancing With You, Echoes of Mercy, Fine Line. What am I missing? Oh, Ever Fall in Love. That actually made the album too, but it's a different version. So there you go. Again, it's got, this one actually is interesting that it has. We kind of wanted to keep the theme of matching the covers up. But I had actually created another album cover before that, and we ended up not using it because, well, we came up with the idea of doing an alternate version of the original covers. But instead of not using the cover, we just put it in here so you have an alternate cover. You can use either one. Again, I was trying to get that demo-looking feel, but still looking professional, and I really like the way that cover came out. So it's a shame it didn't get used, but it is used, but it isn't used. You know what I mean? Again, it's got the CD, and there's some cool photos of the band. There's a promo photo of the band with a little cutout that was from a magazine explaining what they're doing there. It's one of those like music publications. There you go. There's photos of the band. Liner notes by Troy, guitar player, songwriter Troy Thompson, and there's the song titles. And again, it kind of gives you a little bit of in-depth, like Kiss the Train, re-recorded for Kinetic Faith. And I think all these were either re-kineted for Ready for, like Echoes of Mercy. Echoes of Mercy is a ballad we re-recorded in consideration for Kinetic Faith, but it was ultimately not used. So that's kind of what you get going on here. Same thing with the other one. He'll tell you, like, if the track was eventually used for something else, like the song Scarecrow, it says we recorded this song for this, this demo session, but we ended up not using the album until Scarecrow Messiah. So interesting. So there you go. That is all under the banner of Boone's Overstock. So you go to boonesoverstock.com. I'll put a link below, and I'll also put the name here so you can see it. And if you're interested in any of that stuff, please go and support them. They're an independent label. They're just doing their best, and they're putting out quality material. Like I said, all these things come with the cards. Here's an Accuser card. Here's one of the Bride cards from you can see if I get the glare going, you can see the foil stamping. These are high quality, they're not cheap. These are taken by the Throat card. Here's the Snakes in the Playground demo card. Here's the Poundhound card. And I'll show you a couple more here. Here's the Coroner card. This one's kind of cool because not only does it have the gold foil stamping, but if you get the glare just right, that skull logo that I showed you earlier is actually on there as well. It's done in a spot UV coating. And then here's another Coroner card, and then here's another Coroner card. And there you go. That's it. I appreciate y'all watching. Thanks for sticking with me for, what, 25 minutes, and I didn't even get through all of it. But thank you. God bless. Stay strong.